This is what this is what niggas gotta deal with, man. Listen, I was a little kid, man, in school, man. Niggers are not very nice, man. Press 1. Niggers are not very nice. Salute to Eric S. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Niggers are not very nice, man. Niggers are not very nice. Whatever you had to deal with at your white school, man, it ain't nothing compared to what you got to deal with at a school.
In 2022, several people were shot at an intersection on Jacksonville's north side. Caleb died at the scene. Since then, the emotional toll on his family has only grown heavier.
Currently, my daughter's been experiencing a lot of bullying from other students, and it's along the lines of just, picking on students whose loved ones have already passed on. And so you'll hear things about how he passed tragically, and they would make songs or raps about that and rehearse or sing those things in class, where it kind of triggers my daughter.
Drill rap is a genre of music where the artists often talk about real conflicts and shootings. The pain triggered by the songs extends beyond the classroom, affecting the entire family.
Were you expecting to hear something like this happening at a middle school?
Honestly, no and yes. It is the culture. I have older children who's had those same experiences. I think the difference is now versus then, parents were a little bit more likely to talk about it, whereas now you don't get a lot of the cooperation from the parents or family.
Clinical psychologist Dr. Justin Dorenzo says repeated exposure to violence in music and social media is shaping how kids handle conflict and each other.
We've been researching this for about 50 years, and we know that watching violent media does have a moderate effect, more significantly for younger kids. Less so, it becomes more complex when you're talking about older kids.
Frank says she's been in contact with the school, hoping the situation sparks change, not just for her daughter, but for every child dealing with grief. The Duval County School District says it's reviewing the situation and following its bullying protocol. As for Caleb's case, police say the case is still under investigation, but one person was arrested in connection with the murder and accused of tampering with evidence. Alicia Hatcher, Channel 4, the local station.
Yeah, niggas are not very nice, man.
She smacked my hand kind of hard, and then knocked then she knocked the lunch tray out of my hand.
If it had been him, on the other hand, assaulting a teacher, we would have been getting a very different phone call.
Tonight, a family is speaking exclusively with Atlanta News First, calling for accountability after a 13-year-old boy says his teacher slapped him. I'm Blair Miller.
And I'm Tracy Hutchins. Fulton County Schools, they're investigating the incident that happened more than a month ago. Atlanta News First anchor Joe Gorcho here in studio with us. And Joe, the family went directly to you saying they want some answers.
Tracy, Blair and the grandmother is wondering how much longer this investigation will take. Dion Caldwell first spoke with us days after the alleged incident happened back in September. Since then, so much has changed for her family, especially her grandson.
It made me feel sad. It made me to the point when I started crying.
Sitting next to his grandmother, Caden shares what happened to him in the cafeteria at McNair Middle School on September 26th.
She bumped into me kind of hard, and then she smacked my hand kind of hard, and then knocked then she knocked the lunch tray out of my hand.
Caden says that after his 7th grade teacher did that, he went to the front office to call his grandmother, Dion Caldwell.
I know my grandson, and if he had done something wrong, I would not have been getting this phone call. He would wait until we found out, and then we would have that discussion. But for him to call me crying hysterically, there was something wrong and someone had done something to him.
The very following Monday, Caldwell says she saw the video of the alleged incident.
Single-handedly targeted and isolated Caden out of a group of, I want to say, 6 or 7 children that were standing in that group. So I can see her kind of bump up against him, and then I see her hand go up, and I see it come down, and the contents that was in his hand were on the floor.
We reached out to Fulton County Schools on multiple occasions, requesting to view the video of the incident involving Caden and to learn about the school's response. We have yet to obtain a copy of that video. And in both responses to us, they share that they're aware of the allegations, most recently last week stating, quote, Fulton County Schools takes all allegations of teacher misconduct seriously, and we aim to obtain and verify the facts before sharing information publicly. Currently, this matter is still under investigation, and therefore legally we will hold off on a statement until it is concluded. For Caldwell, this was the second traumatic event 13-year-old Caden endured in September. He was there when his youth football teammate was allegedly slammed to the ground by a coach and airlifted to a hospital during a practice at Old National Park. Volunteer coach Jonathan Sagers was arrested and charged. For what happened at McNair Middle, Caldwell hopes for a similar level of action.
Accountability, and because if it had been him, on the other hand, assaulting a teacher, we would have been getting a very different phone call.
While the family waits, Caldwell did not hesitate to help her grandson find a fresh start, moving him and the family out of state.
It made me feel like kind of protected and it's like she's standing up for me and stuff. And
Caldwell shared with us during a phone conversation this week that she intends to pursue legal action against the district. Atlanta News First is choosing not to name the teacher involved since there have been no answers on whether that teacher has been disciplined or charged. And of course, we will continue to follow up with the school district as we await the findings from this investigation. I'm Joe Gorcho, Atlanta News First.
Action News Jax, we are talking to the attorney of a man who died in police custody. We told you yesterday when the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says Rashad Martin became unresponsive when he was about to be admitted into a mental health facility. Well, now his attorney is speaking out after the man's family started to ask if JSO's account of what happened tells the whole story.